One of the most powerful things I've learned as a doctor is that sometimes the biggest transformations don't come from massive overhauls. They come from simply trying something new for just one day. So here's my challenge to you. Try it for one day to take control of your body, your energy, and your health. Especially if you're a man over 60, this could be the start of something that changes everything. Let's be honest, after 60, your body doesn't respond the way it used to. You might notice that even when you eat less, the belly fat just won't go away. Your energy dips faster. You feel tired even after sleeping well. And that old metabolism, the one that used to burn through anything, now seems to have retired early. But here's the good news, it's not gone. It's just waiting for the right signal to wake up again. What most people don't realize is that stubborn fat isn't just about calories. It's about your biology, your hormones, your blood vessels, and your body's ability to burn fuel efficiently. As we age, the body's fat burning switches start to slow down. But they can be turned back on, and it can happen faster than you think. That's why I want you to try this for just one day. Start your morning with a glass of water. Not coffee, not juice, just water. Hydration triggers your metabolism. Add a slice of lemon if you'd like. Then, before breakfast, take a 10-minute walk outside. Nothing strenuous, just move your body. This light activity tells your system that it's time to wake up and start using stored energy. For breakfast, keep it clean and natural. Try a bowl of oatmeal with berries, a sprinkle of nuts, maybe a boiled egg on the side. The fiber from the oatmeal feeds your gut bacteria, and that's critical because a healthy gut actually helps your body burn fat. Berries, on the other hand, are rich in natural plant compounds that activate fat-burning cells. Midday, don't reach for heavy carbs. Try a plate of greens, spinach, kale, or arugula with a piece of salmon or grilled chicken. Add a drizzle of olive oil. This combination nourishes your blood vessels and helps them stay flexible, which improves blood flow. Better blood flow means your muscles get more oxygen, and that makes your metabolism work better too. In the afternoon, take another short walk. Even 5 minutes makes a difference. Movement helps clear out excess sugar in the blood, which prevents it from being stored as fat. And you'll notice your mind feels sharper, your mood lighter. These aren't coincidences. They're signs your body is responding. Now, let's talk about one of the most overlooked factors, stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol, a hormone that signals your body to store fat, especially around the belly. So, for one day, make it a point to pause. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Breathe slowly. Remind yourself that taking care of your health isn't a chore. It's a gift you give yourself. Dinner should be light but nourishing. A vegetable soup, maybe a side of beans or lentils, and a bit of fruit for dessert. Skip the late night snacks. Instead, finish eating at least 3 hours before bedtime. That's when your body shifts from digestion to repair. When you sleep, your system resets, burns fat more efficiently, and restores energy for the next day. If you try this for just one day, you'll notice something not only physical, but mental. You'll feel lighter, clearer, more in control. And that's what we're after, a momentum. One day leads to two leads to a week, and soon your habits begin to reshape your health. Many men believe that once they hit 60, the best years of health are behind them. But that's not true. I've seen men in their 70s reverse stubborn fat, improve muscle tone, and regain energy they thought was gone forever. They didn't do it with extreme diets or long gym hours. They did it by making small, sustainable changes that reawaken their body's natural ability to heal itself. So here's my advice. Don't think about losing fat as punishment. Think of it as rediscovering your body's potential. Your biology is designed to thrive, and it will, once you start giving it the right signals. Food isn't just calories, it's information. Movement isn't just exercise, it's communication. Rest isn't just downtime, it's repair time. Try this for one day, just one. Eat whole foods, move lightly, breathe deeply, and rest early. And watch what happens. You might not see dramatic weight loss overnight, but you'll feel something shift. That's your body saying, thank you. I remember how to do this. When you wake up the next morning, you'll feel a little more motivated, a little more alive. That's the beginning of transformation, not through struggle, but through understanding. Because when you work with your body instead of against it, you don't just burn fat, you build a foundation for lasting health. So go ahead, give yourself that one day. You might just discover that it's the day everything starts to change. Small, consistent actions can reactivate your body's natural fat burning ability. It sounds simple, but the truth behind it runs deep into how your body actually works. Many people believe fat loss only happens through extreme diets, hours of exercise, or strict routines, but that's not how the human body is designed. The body thrives on balance, not burnout. It listens to signals, not stress, and every small, consistent action you take sends a signal that can either turn your metabolism on or shut it down. The challenge is to send the right signals often enough that your body learns to trust the process again. Let's start by understanding what reactivating really means. When you were younger, your metabolism was naturally more active. You could eat more, move less, and still stay leaner because your cells were efficient at using energy. But over time, as we age, a few things begin to shift. Muscle mass decreases, hormone levels change, blood flow slows, and the body's sensitivity to insulin, the hormone that controls how we use and store sugar, becomes weaker. These changes are natural, but they're not irreversible. The body is incredibly adaptive. It can relearn how to burn fat efficiently if it's given the right conditions. That's where small, consistent actions come in. One of the most powerful small actions is movement, not necessarily exercise in the traditional sense, but consistent daily movement. Your muscles are the engines of your metabolism. Even light activity, such as walking after meals, stretching in the morning, or doing light resistance exercises, sends a message to your body that it needs to stay active and alert. Every time your muscles contract, they draw glucose out of your blood to use as energy. Over time, this process trains your body to rely less on storing energy as fat and more on using it as fuel. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. The key is regularity. Movement, done consistently, reignites the communication between your muscles and metabolism. Another small but critical action is hydration. Water may seem ordinary, but it's essential for fat metabolism. Every biochemical reaction that breaks down fat requires water to occur efficiently. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your metabolism slows. Drinking water throughout the day, especially before meals, keeps your body's internal chemistry balanced and signals that your system is in a state of readiness. It's not just about flushing toxins or staying hydrated. It's about maintaining an environment where fat-burning enzymes can do their job effectively. Sleep is another area where small actions have enormous effects. Poor or irregular sleep disrupts your hormones, especially cortisol, ghrelin, and leptin, which regulate hunger, fat storage, and energy balance. When you stay up too late or sleep poorly, cortisol rises, telling your body to store fat as a protective mechanism. But when you maintain consistent sleep habits, you're effectively reprogramming your hormonal rhythm. Going to bed at the same time, limiting blue light before sleep, and giving yourself a dark, quiet environment allows your body to recover and reset its metabolic controls each night. Consistent, quality sleep is one of the simplest ways to reactivate fat burning capacity. Now let's talk about food, not dieting, but eating with awareness. Every meal you eat teaches your body something. If you consistently eat whole, unprocessed foods, your body learns that it can trust the nutrients it's getting. Fiber, rich vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins send a steady stream of nutrients that stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. When your blood sugar stays steady, insulin doesn't spike unnecessarily, and the body doesn't rush to store excess energy as fat. Small adjustments, like replacing processed snacks with nuts or swapping sugary drinks for green tea, build momentum. Over time, these tiny, repeatable choices tell your body that it can safely start releasing stored fat for energy again. Consistency is where the transformation happens. It's not one perfect day of eating right or one intense workout that changes your metabolism. It's what you do day after day. Your body is always adapting to what you do most often. If you skip breakfast occasionally, that's fine. But if you consistently eat a nutrient-dense breakfast, your metabolism starts expecting fuel early and becomes more efficient at using it. If you walk for just 10 minutes every evening, your body starts to anticipate that rhythm and adjusts blood sugar control around it. The cumulative effect of these small, regular actions is far greater than any single dramatic effort. Stress management also plays a vital role in reactivating fat-burning mechanisms. Chronic stress keeps your body in survival mode, with cortisol constantly telling your system to hold onto fat, especially around the abdomen. You can't eliminate stress entirely, but you can control how your body responds to it. Consistent relaxation techniques, deep breathing, light stretching, listening to calming music, spending time in nature, lower cortisol and bring balance back to your hormonal system. The more often you practice calmness, the more your body learns that it's safe to burn energy rather than store it. Gut health is another small but powerful area to focus on. The bacteria living in your digestive system directly influence metabolism, inflammation, and even how efficiently you absorb nutrients. Foods rich in prebiotics and probiotics, such as yogurt, kefir, garlic, onions, and fermented vegetables, support a healthy gut microbiome. When your gut bacteria are balanced, they produce compounds that improve insulin sensitivity and fat oxidation. Consistently feeding your gut the right foods can gradually shift your entire metabolic environment toward fat burning rather than fat storing. The secret behind small, consistent actions is that they build biological momentum. The human body is a pattern-driven system. Once it recognizes a pattern, like regular movement, balanced nutrition, proper sleep, and lower stress, it begins to operate more efficiently. Fat storage signals decrease and fat-burning enzymes increase. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, become more active, producing energy more efficiently. Blood vessels open up, improving circulation and oxygen delivery to muscles. Hormones like adiponectin, which help break down fat, begin to rise. These are all microscopic changes that add up to visible results over time. You may not notice the changes immediately, and that's where most people give up. But consistency teaches your body trust. If you start and stop too often, your metabolism never fully adjusts. It's like flicking a light switch on and off. The system gets confused. But when you stick to small habits, even imperfectly, you keep sending a steady message. Eat real food, move daily, sleep well, stay hydrated, manage stress. Each of these signals reinforces the others. Together, they form a metabolic symphony that brings your body back into alignment. The beauty of this approach is that it's sustainable. You're not forcing your body into a state of shock. You're guiding it back to its natural rhythm. Fat burning is not a function of punishment. It's a natural process that happens when your body feels safe, nourished, and supported. The consistency of your small actions tells your system that it's time to stop holding on to excess energy and start using it for vitality. Over weeks and months, your metabolism gradually strengthens, your energy levels stabilize, and your body composition begins to shift. This is how real change happens, not through extremes, but through daily, deliberate choices that communicate health, balance, and consistency. Balanced nutrition, light movement, and stress control work better than extreme diets because they align with how the human body naturally maintains health and energy. The body isn't built to handle shock treatments or harsh restrictions for long. It's built for rhythm, consistency, and harmony. When you go on extreme diets that cut out entire food groups or slash calories too quickly, your body perceives it as a threat. It responds by slowing down metabolism, conserving energy, and holding on to fat. This is a survival mechanism that's been wired into us for thousands of years. But when you nourish your body properly, move it gently and regularly, and keep stress under control, your system feels safe enough to start letting go of stored fat and functioning at its best. Balanced nutrition isn't about eating perfectly or measuring every bite. It's about providing your body with the right mix of nutrients so it can perform its daily tasks efficiently. When your meals contain proteins, healthy fats, complex carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals in reasonable proportions, your body runs smoothly. Protein supports muscle repair and growth, which keeps your metabolism active. Healthy fats, like those from olive oil, avocados, nuts, and fish, help regulate hormones that control appetite and energy use. Complex carbohydrates from whole grains, vegetables, and fruits release energy slowly, preventing the spikes and crashes that lead to cravings and fatigue. When you eat this way consistently, your body becomes efficient at turning food into fuel instead of storing it as fat. The problem with extreme diets is that they confuse your metabolism. For example, cutting calories too low might make you lose weight quickly at first, but much of that loss comes from water and muscle, not fat. As your muscle mass decreases, your metabolic rate drops, meaning your body burns fewer calories even at rest. Once you return to eating normally, the weight tends to come back faster, and often as fat. Balanced nutrition prevents that by keeping your metabolism stable and your muscles strong. It's about sustainability, not quick fixes. The goal isn't to deprive your body, but to feed it in a way that keeps it working efficiently and resiliently. Light movement plays a crucial role in this balance. Many people believe they need to exercise intensely to lose fat, but that approach often backfires. Overtraining, especially without proper nutrition and rest, elevates stress hormones like cortisol. High cortisol levels encourage the body to store fat, particularly around the midsection, and can also increase hunger. Light, consistent movement, such as walking, stretching, yoga, or gentle strength training, has the opposite effect. It keeps your circulation flowing, improves insulin sensitivity, and supports muscle tone without overwhelming your system. It also enhances recovery, making it easier to maintain regular activity over time. When you move lightly and frequently, you send your body a steady message that it needs to stay flexible, strong, and efficient. Even small amounts of movement throughout the day can make a significant difference. A 10-minute walk after meals helps your body manage blood sugar more effectively. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator activates muscles that sit idle during long hours of sitting. These simple actions accumulate into meaningful improvements in metabolism and energy balance. The key is not how hard you move, but how consistently you do it. Stress control is the final piece that ties everything together. Chronic stress is one of the biggest barriers to fat loss and overall health. When you're under constant stress, your body produces cortisol as part of its fight or flight response. This hormone is useful in emergencies but harmful when elevated for long periods. High cortisol not only promotes fat storage, but also disrupts sleep, weakens immunity, and increases cravings for sugary and high-fat foods. These cravings are not a lack of willpower, they're your body's way of trying to self-soothe. The more stressed you are, the more likely you are to eat impulsively, skip movement, or sleep poorly, and that combination leads to weight gain over time. Managing stress doesn't mean eliminating it completely. It means learning how to keep it in balance. Simple habits like breathing deeply, meditating, spending time in nature, or even listening to calming music can lower cortisol levels and bring your nervous system back to a relaxed state. When you do this regularly, your body starts to function in rest and repair mode rather than fight or flight. In that state, digestion improves, inflammation decreases, and fat metabolism becomes more active. A calm body burns fat more efficiently than a tense one because it no longer thinks it needs to hold on to energy for survival. The reason balanced nutrition, light movement, and stress control outperform extreme diets is that they work with your biology, not against it. The human body isn't a machine that can be pushed endlessly without consequences. It's an adaptive system that responds to consistency and care. When you eat in balance, move regularly, and manage stress, your metabolism finds its natural rhythm. Hormones like insulin, leptin, and ghrelin, which control hunger and fullness, start working properly again. Blood sugar levels stay stable. Energy remains steady throughout the day. You no longer experience the roller coaster of fatigue and cravings that often comes from restrictive dieting. The power of this approach lies in its sustainability. Extreme diets rely on willpower and discipline, but willpower fades. What keeps people healthy long term is habit. Balanced nutrition can be maintained because it allows for flexibility. You can enjoy your food without guilt, adjust portions without fear, and live your life without feeling trapped by rules. Light movement fits naturally into daily routines, making it easy to stick with even when motivation is low. Stress control becomes a mindset, not just a practice, a way of living that prioritizes mental peace as much as physical health. Another reason this balanced approach works better is that it supports the body's repair mechanisms. When you eat well and move moderately, you improve circulation and oxygen delivery to every cell. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in your cells, start functioning more efficiently. They produce energy cleanly and help burn fat at a cellular level. When stress is managed, inflammation, the silent disruptor of metabolism, decreases. The body can focus on healing, not protecting itself from internal chaos. In contrast, extreme diets tend to have the opposite effect. They might deliver quick results on the scale, but they come with hidden costs. Nutrient deficiencies can develop, hormones can become imbalanced, and mental fatigue sets in. People often experience irritability, low energy, and brain fog because their bodies are missing the essential fuel they need to function properly. Even worse, the body learns to resist weight loss over time by slowing down metabolism in response to deprivation. Balanced nutrition prevents this cycle by keeping your body nourished and satisfied so it never feels the need to rebulk. When you combine balanced eating, gentle movement, and emotional calm, you create an internal environment that supports fat burning naturally. There's no need for punishment or deprivation because your body already knows what to do. The small daily habits, choosing a colorful plate of food, taking a short walk after dinner, pausing to breathe before reacting to stress, add up to powerful changes in how your body feels and functions. The process might seem slow at first, but it's steady, and most importantly, it's sustainable. This holistic method not only burns fat, but also enhances overall well-being. Energy levels rise, sleep improves, mood stabilizes, and longevity increases. When you focus on balance rather than extremes, health stops being a struggle and becomes a natural state of being. One mindful day can spark long-term transformation in health and energy because it demonstrates the power of intention and awareness in shaping how the body functions. Many people underestimate the effect that a single day of conscious choices can have. thinking that real change requires weeks or months of effort. But the truth is, the body responds immediately to the signals it receives. Every choice you make, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, and how you manage stress, sends information to your system about what it should do next. When you dedicate one day to mindful decisions, you activate pathways that encourage better energy use, improved metabolism, and a sense of vitality that can set the tone for the days and weeks that follow. Mindfulness in health is not about perfection or rigid rules. It is about paying attention to the consequences of your actions, noticing how your body reacts, and making adjustments based on awareness rather than impulse. When you eat mindfully, you focus on the quality, quantity, and timing of your meals. You chew slowly, savor flavors, and listen to your body's signals of hunger and fullness. This simple act helps regulate blood sugar levels, prevents overeating, and encourages the body to utilize energy efficiently instead of storing it unnecessarily as fat. For someone who has struggled with weight or low energy, one day of eating with intention can create a feedback loop of positive change. The body experiences how it feels when nourished properly, which reinforces better choices in the future. Movement practiced with awareness also makes a profound difference. Even light activity, when done mindfully, engages muscles more effectively, improves circulation, and enhances the connection between the brain and body. Walking, stretching, or gentle resistance exercises become more than just physical activity, they become communication with your system. Each step tells your muscles and cells that they are expected to function, that energy is being used, and that the body's resources should be allocated to fuel and repair rather than conserve. The cumulative effect of one day of mindful movement is that the body begins to reestablish patterns of activity, which can make future exercise feel easier and more natural. Another element of a mindful day is attention to hydration. Water is a key component of nearly every metabolic process, including those that burn fat and produce energy. Drinking water mindfully, noticing how your body responds, drinking before you feel thirsty, and spacing intake throughout the day encourages better cellular function and supports the detoxification processes that keep the body operating efficiently. When you pair hydration with conscious nutrition and movement, the body experiences a synergy that demonstrates how all systems are interconnected. One day of this mindful approach can help reset your habits, creating an understanding of what it feels like when the body is optimally hydrated and fueled. Rest and sleep are also critical aspects of a mindful day. Often overlooked, quality rest determines how the body repairs itself, balances hormones, and generates energy. During a day focused on mindfulness, prioritizing rest, whether through naps, short meditation breaks, or going to bed at a consistent time, signals to the body that it is safe to recover. The nervous system can calm down, cortisol levels can normalize, and the processes that regulate hunger, energy, and metabolism can operate without interference. Even a single day of prioritizing rest can improve mood, sharpen mental clarity, and enhance physical performance, which encourages repetition of these habits. Stress management is a vital component of mindful health. One day devoted to conscious choices can include deliberate practices to lower stress, such as breathing exercises, journaling, mindful walking, or simply spending time in nature. Chronic stress impairs energy production, disrupts hormone balance, and promotes fat storage. By engaging in stress reducing activities for just one day, you provide your body with the opportunity to reset. The nervous system shifts from a sympathetic state, fight or flight, to a parasympathetic state, rest and digest. In this state, digestion improves, energy efficiency increases, and the body can focus on repair. Mindfulness allows you to see the impact of stress on your body firsthand, reinforcing the value of continued practice. A mindful day also encourages conscious reflection on choices. Instead of moving through meals, activity, and rest automatically, you consider why you are making each decision and how it affects your energy and well being. This reflection creates self awareness, which is a critical factor in long term transformation. Awareness reveals patterns that may have gone unnoticed, such as the tendency to reach for snacks out of boredom or to skip movement due to fatigue. By identifying these patterns and experimenting with alternative behaviors during a single mindful day, you gain insight that can guide future decisions. Another powerful aspect of a mindful day is the opportunity to prioritize nutrient quality over quantity. When you focus on what you eat, choosing whole unprocessed foods, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats, the body experiences how well it functions when properly nourished. Energy levels are steadier, mood improves, and cravings diminish. The body begins to associate nutrient-rich foods with positive outcomes, reinforcing healthier choices over time. A single day of eating mindfully can show that health is not about restriction, but about providing the body with what it truly needs. One mindful day can also recalibrate your perception of movement and rest. Often, people assume that only extreme workouts or prolonged effort produce results. Mindfulness shifts that perspective by demonstrating that consistent, moderate activity and intentional rest can have profound effects on metabolism, energy, and mental clarity. Observing the subtle changes in alertness, flexibility, or endurance after one day of conscious movement helps reinforce the idea that sustainable habits, not extremes, drive lasting change. Hydration, nutrition, movement, rest, and stress management all converge in a mindful day to create a holistic experience of health. The body receives clear, consistent signals that it is being cared for, which encourages optimal function. Energy production improves, digestion becomes more efficient, blood sugar stabilizes, and the nervous system operates in balance. These changes may be subtle at first, but they provide an important proof of concept. Your choices directly influence your body's performance. Perhaps most importantly, one mindful day demonstrates the principle of momentum. Positive changes compound over time, and experiencing the benefits firsthand motivates continued action. When you notice increased energy, reduced cravings, or a sense of mental clarity, it reinforces the behavior that led to those results. The body learns that consistent, mindful choices lead to tangible benefits, creating a feedback loop that encourages repetition. Small, deliberate actions practiced for a single day can therefore spark habits that extend into weeks, months, and years. A mindful day also reconnects you with the intrinsic cues of your body. Instead of reacting automatically to hunger, fatigue, or stress, you begin to recognize what your body truly needs. This reconnection fosters self-trust and allows you to make choices that align with natural rhythms rather than external pressures. One day of mindfulness can illuminate how subtle adjustments, like choosing a nutritious snack, taking a brief walk, or pausing for deep breaths, impact energy, mood, and focus. Experiencing these effects directly encourages a deeper commitment to ongoing healthy behavior. Even small acts of awareness, when practiced for a day, send messages to your brain and body that change is possible. Your nervous system, metabolism, and hormonal balance respond to consistent signals, and a single day of intention can begin that process. Over time, the patterns established in one mindful day can expand, creating a foundation for long-term transformation. The experience of seeing and feeling immediate benefits reinforces the notion that health is a process shaped by conscious choice, and it instills a sense of empowerment and possibility. Mindful eating, movement, rest, and stress control each provide a practical demonstration of the body's responsiveness. The effects of this focused attention can be surprisingly noticeable. Energy levels rise, digestion improves, mental clarity sharpens, and even subtle shifts in body composition may begin to appear. The body registers the signals of care and begins to recalibrate. One day of mindfulness can serve as a catalyst, showing that intentional, conscious behavior has a direct and immediate influence on physical and mental well being. Through mindfulness, you begin to understand the connection between choices and outcomes. Every decision, no matter how small, carries weight. Drinking water, eating a balanced meal, taking a brief walk, pausing to breathe, or going to bed on time all send feedback to your system about how it should function. Experiencing the effects of these choices during one day creates a tangible demonstration of how change is possible. It becomes a model for future behavior, showing that long-term health and energy do not require dramatic upheaval, but rather consistent, conscious attention to daily habits. The power of one mindful day lies in its ability to break the cycle of automatic, unconscious habits and show you what's possible when you make intentional choices. It's proof that transformation doesn't require extreme measures, but rather awareness, consistency, and care. Each conscious decision, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, and how you manage stress, sends a signal to your body that it is safe to function optimally. When you experience even a single day of this alignment, it builds confidence, motivation, and momentum. That momentum can carry forward, turning small, mindful actions into lasting habits that elevate your energy, enhance your health, and reshape the way your body responds to life.